Hey guys, Evgeny here at Clinton Digital, and in this video, I'm going to show you something exciting. We're going to talk about the award-winning animations that are the staggered animations, such as the ones that you saw right now. Now, the most common method to create this type of thing is using GSAP. Now, I have nothing against GSAP, it's a great solution. However, if you're pushing for optimization, I do believe that you need to reduce the number of libraries as much as possible. Here's an alternative way to think about it. So think about you eating a steak or something that can get stuck between your teeth. And instead of taking a toothpick to get the piece of meat out of your teeth, you're using a fork. Now, it's not the most precise way to do it. Something might and probably will get broken, like your tooth. It can work, but more likely than not, it's not the best way to do it. So using the right tool for the right job, obviously vanilla JavaScript has the most to offer, and the reason behind why you can use GSAP is you want to get it done fast, right? But here, if you're pushing optimization and making sure that your website is performing as good as it can, you're going to go with CSS and custom JavaScript. Without further ado, let me show you the solution. So here, first things first, we're going to want to go into the global styles. And we are going to talk about how we are creating the text stagger animation. Now, it is done with CSS. Now, we have set two variables, I and j, to the root element, right? And we have assigned j to specific words within SplitAnim class, which is the class that we're going to be using to animate. And we have done the same thing, but with I. We have assigned I as a variable to characters. Now, any element that is directly the child of word, which is char. So this could as well be this, but for our purposes, we don't really care because there's only one element. And then we have made sure that each following element is increasing its I variable by one, so increments, right? The following thing is we have SplitAnim and isActive. So we have an isActive combo class on top of SplitAnim class. And within it, we have a word, and inside the word, we have a character. Now, if there is a class isActive, on the character, we're going to add a transform of translate y 110%. So imagine we have an element here, and it has moved down 110%. The following thing is we're setting an animation, SplitAnim animation, 0-15 seconds in length, and it's going to ease out and move forwards. There's going to be animation delay that we have to calculate. It's going to take the variable j, so the current word times 0.3 seconds, plus the current character times 0.05 seconds. Now, obviously, you might want to edit this, but this is just the calculation that seems to work for me. And with that, we are now going to create a keyframes animation of SplitAnim. So this is it. And the characters are going to start with rotation of -25 degrees and translate it down. And then it's going to kind of rotate back into place. With that being said, let's move on to the code, right? So first things first, we're going to go to SplitType library. We're going to copy this code and we're going to add it into the head. All right, now that we have imported the CDN, we'll want to go back to the SplitType and get this string of code. We're going to add it into the script tags. And don't forget the semicolon. Now, one more thing is we will want to change this ID to SplitAnim. And this is going to be a class. So classes are written with a dot in front. If we save this and we publish this website, we will be able to inspect the code on this SplitType anim. Let's get in here. We're going to inspect the code and you'll be able to see that we have char and we have word, which is very important. Now, keep in mind that you will want to set your word class to overflow hidden, like so. So that way, when you're animating characters, they will be hidden from view. Awesome. Now, the following thing is you want to add some custom JavaScript. So we'll start with committing the same element, split anim, to variable and call it let's split. Now, this is technically the same thing, except this one is specifically for separating word or separating your whole string of text into words and characters, and this one is so that you have a variable that you can animate. After that, you'll want to create a function based on which you will be tracking if the element is in viewport or not. Following this function, you'll have to create another function which will literally take a look at if your element, which is split, if it's in viewport or if it is not in viewport, after which you'll want to attach scroll event listeners. And lastly, you'll want to check on page load if the word is actually in view or not. Now, if we save this and publish this website, we'll see that this animation works well. There you go. So before finishing this video, I know that some of you will say, hey, Yanni, but you use SplitType JS library. Why did you do that? Didn't you say that you want to shorten the number of libraries? And you would be absolutely correct. If you're pushing for performance, what you want to do is you want to create a bunch of custom elements, right? This one will be, let's say, H1. This one will be span. And this one will be also span. Now this span will be char. This span will be word. And let's give this H1 a split anim. And then we'll just want to copy a couple of words. So for example, first we copy a couple of chars, and then we copy words, right? And so on and so forth. And then you fill in this text one by one. This is fairly long. I will not do it in this video, but the essence is the same, right? You are separating the text into words and characters. You're giving specific classes, and based on that, your animation will work well. The only thing that you will be able then to exclude is you'll be able to exclude this CDN, and you'll be able to exclude this string of JavaScript. With that being said, in this video, we did use SplitType library for speed reasons, but you don't have to. You can definitely go ahead and take care of this one character at a time. And if you were to ask me, and if we were to push performance to its limits, this is exactly the way in which I would have done this. Hope that makes sense. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like and give the channel a subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.